All right. So this episode of Making Picks is brought to you by the IDP guys. It's your number one source for non-standard fantasy football. Play the contest and visit idpguys.org and step up your fantasy game. Mark, do you want to go into the game this week and what the contest details are?
Yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about the Denver Broncos versus the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday Night Football game of the week, sponsored by IDP guys on the Statement Games platform. You can access Statement Games via the website www.statementgames.com, but then there's also apps that complement the website as well. So you can find this in the Google Play or Apple App Store. Statement Games Fantasy Sports. Basically, you're making 10 picks on that specific game, ranking them from 10 through 1, and you're having a little bit of fun with an alternative form of fantasy sports.
Nice, nice.
And for this game, if you are, I mean, everybody can play this game for free. You don't need to kind of be a VIP member. It's going to cost you 5 coins to get in. For people who are checking out Statement Games for the first time, keep in mind I'm giving you 60 coins just for checking this out. And basically, you'll win coins by finishing in the first, second, and third. You can exchange your coins at any point for a cash gift card of your choice. But if you are a VIP member and you happen to be the overall tournament winner of the IDP guys Denver Broncos versus Kansas City Chiefs game, we are going to send you a NFL jersey of your choice, any NFL jersey that you want, or the equivalent of 7,500 Statement Games coins, which are redeemable for an NFL jersey. But keep in mind that there's close to 85 different merchants within our reward shop. So it's holiday season. Maybe you want to kind of utilize those coins for Amazon gift cards, or maybe you need to fuel up on some Starbucks as you're doing your holiday shopping here. You basically can pick and choose whatever the heck you want.
Nice. Yeah, for sure. So let's get into so we're gonna pick three each, and then that's pretty much where we're leaving it, right? We're not gonna do those four and just kind of get give everyone a little taste of what we're thinking.
Yep. We'll go ahead, and you just joined like a regular lobby tournament, right? You didn't create a private contest.
I joined the IDP guys one.
Oh, gotcha. So, basically, and your username, is this your main account or are you using some other?
It's my main account, yeah.
Okay. And what's your Statement Games username?
I think it's Nathan Ryder.
Okay. So if you come across Nathan Ryder, just in I believe, what is this? Is this maybe like contest 2 or 3 or something like that? Just know that if you come
Contest
across
one.
Nathan Ryder, you're actually all right. Well, I guess the game went up pretty recently. So
Yeah.
if you're playing in contest 1 and you come across Nathan Ryder, just understand that you're actually playing against Team Nate and Team Mark.
Yep.
So let's see here. I mean, obviously, we kind of reviewed how pathetic the quarterback play for the Broncos was last week. It looks like Locke is
Hmm.
actually coming back from for the Broncos. So, regardless of what actually happens here, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that the Broncos passed for a little bit more than 13 yards in the Chiefs game. But from a competitive perspective here, I'm going to be very bold and I'm going to be very confident with these picks here. I just don't see this one kind of going to be in close. I think the
Hmm.
Chiefs kind of blow them out. It goes against a theme that I like to play, and where when you have two teams playing in the same division here, I got a feeling that you know um, the teams know each other pretty well here. So bigger point spreads here and things like that here is something that I like to kind of take the points as opposed to allowing the points here. But taking a look at what's actually coming back or going on within the Broncos, quarterbacks kind of off the field like last year. Maybe a little Russ coming back to play the second time here. I'm not a big kind of lock fan. I'm looking at that October 25th matchup here where the Chiefs did wind up blowing them out 43-16. I'm expecting more of the same here. So I like the Chiefs to put up points. I like to put them to put up a lot of points here, and I like them to basically blow the Broncos out at home.
Yeah.
I believe there's a lot on the line for the. I got to check here, and maybe you can fact check me again here. I believe the Chiefs win here, they lock up the AFC West title for the 6th consecutive year, or is it fifth?
Yeah, that's looking at conferences here. Ooh. I don't know if they lock it up.
All
They're
right. So a week
Steelers.
ago,
Steelers are perfect still.
on Sunday, and the Chiefs look to clinch at least a share of their fifth consecutive AFC West title.
Yeah.
So they would lock up a share, or they'd be guaranteed a share of the AFC West title. So it's not like they're not playing for anything here. So
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I'm expecting, like the Steelers, the Chiefs to not waste any time, get this W here, maybe kind of like, secure um, the division this year, and then at least kind of have the option of potentially resting some players as we get closer towards the end of the season here. But it looks like they're going to have to keep winning here if they want to keep up for. I mean, will there be such a thing as home field advantage in the playoffs when the playoffs start? Is there going to be
Who
more of the same?
knows?
Enough, but
Yeah, it's I mean, with COVID and there not being fans in the stands, that's the thing. We just saw San Francisco essentially lose
yeah,
their stadium.
yeah.
So who knows what's coming with the playoffs? That's still
But
a few weeks
Kansas
away.
City has, what do they have? I think they have like what, at least 25-30% of fans kind of in the building.
Mhm.
With cities like Tampa Bay, Kansas City. I'm trying to think. Not that it matters, but like Dallas and things like that. Here, do you think any of these cities expand the stadium capacity as we get into 2021, or is this year a complete kind of like a wash? And until this vaccine comes out here, we're looking at more of the same.
I feel like if anything changes, it's going to be going backwards. With the way the uh, the peaks are coming with the COVID, um, people getting sick and everything, that's increasing. So I've heard far more talk of more restrictions for this winter than less. But I think we are good to go for 2021 as far as the next season with the vaccine coming out. We might have a normal year next year for
All right.
football.
I mean, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but it's definitely going to be weird if you're going to be watching, the championship games and the Super Bowl without anybody in these stadiums. But it looks like that's a fairly distinct and realistic possibility.
I think there was a solid chance of the season getting canceled early on, and the fact we've made it to here is,
Count
uh,
your blessings and
yeah,
go from there. All right.
yeah, exactly. So, but yeah,
All
no,
right.
I'm
So
100% on board with you with this Broncos game. I think this is gonna be a sad game for the Broncos. Chiefs are gonna look. I mean, did you see the Tyreek scores last week? Like, um, they Mahomes and Hill they're on point right now. They're getting their stride. They're getting ready to hit the playoffs head on. So I think the Broncos are going to be swept away in this game. But with that, why don't you give me your three picks?
all right. So first one, just go ahead and lock it in here. Tight end position here. I'm going to take Travis Kelce over 6.5 receptions.
Oh yeah, that's locked in. That's definitely happening. Kelce and Mahomes um, they have great chemistry, and I believe there was the the last game. I think Kelce had like over 80 yards against the Broncos, so I think this is a sure thing.
Okay. Okay. All right.
What
I'm
do you
back
got?
up again here.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's go. Let's go to the game. Can I category?
Yep.
And I'm going to lock in on the Chiefs point total. So give me the Kansas City Chiefs over 32 and a half points. They move the ball well. They put
Yeah.
up a lot of points on Denver back on the 25th of October. I never kind of ask a team that they haven't kind of done before here. I think Kansas City is in stride, good form here. Um, it's a lot of points, but I'm going to lay it over 32 and a half.
Gotcha. And what's your last one?
I'm just going to take the point total. I'm going to lay the 14 and a half points. Give me the Kansas City Chiefs plus minus 14 and a half.
You're okay. So you're taking the over And we'll win 14.5 points.
Correct. Yep.
Okay, this one. All right. So on this one for me, I'm going with so as far as Mahomes goes, he's definitely a double threat quarterback. He does run. He will run it into the end zone. The team has multiple ways of scoring, and I think one of the things they won't have to rely on is touchdowns passed by Mahomes. And so I'm going to actually take the under 2.5 touchdown passes because I think while Mahomes can have multiple touchdowns this game, I think it's going to be a mixture of passing scores and rushing scores from him. And then you've probably got defensive touchdowns. You've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire going in for touchdowns. So I think Patrick Mahomes putting up 3 passing scores in this game, I don't think he's going to be called on it. So I don't think he's going to do it. As far as just got to have a defensive pick, because being from the IDP guys, I definitely think that the Kansas City Chiefs will have over 1.5 turnovers. And I think at least one of those are going to go in for a score. So I'm definitely taking KCD over 1.5 turnovers. And then finally, I saw how low Clyde Edwards-Helaire's rushing yards are on here, and I think that he's going to be a big part of, especially if Kansas City gets up early. While I don't think they ever take their foot off the gas, I also do believe that Clyde Edwards-Helaire can drive that train, and I'm going over 6.5 rushing yards for CEH. But yeah, so there we go. That's what we got this week for our picks. What do you think?
All right. I think.
What do we come out with this? Do you think who gets the most wins out of between the two of us when we review this next week?
What in terms of my 3 picks versus your 3 picks?
Yeah.
I'm going to be extremely disappointed if I don't go 3-0. So I'm gonna take mine. I think it really just defies football logic to think that the Chiefs will not move the ball and put up points here, and they better, because I'm freaking putting my top 3 picks, and broadcasting it out to the listening world. And if I make myself look like a jackass again for a second week in a row, well, I guess actually I've probably made myself look like a jackass multiple weeks in a row at some point here, but God damn it, it's not going to be this week. All right, so let's go Chiefs Kingdom. Let's get the ball. Let's move the ball. Let's put up some points here. Broncos, tough shit. Let's go.
Alrighty. Well, with that, we're closing out episode 6 of Statement Games Live. Make sure to follow @Statement Games on all social media. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, and definitely play statementgames.com.
All right, man. I'll catch you next week.
Yep. See you, bud.